The Ramilia Sports Report is now live.
What is up, my Ramilia fans of the defending NFC West champion Rams? Thank you for coming in. The big story: Matthew Stafford is practicing, or did practice. He practiced for over an hour, and threw all kinds of throws, threw the ball deep, through mid ranges. It was just a light practice, and we're waiting for more word on it from McVay. I'll bring it to you when I see it, but I just happened to wake up, and took me a while to get going. But as I look, um, it's all over Twitter, and the Rams are. I'll bring you a clip right now of Sean McVay. Rams Twitter is going crazy with Matthew Stafford is back. It's what I thought was going to happen. I thought he was going to come back. I wasn't sure, with everything coming on the pike, with him not reportedly not practicing Saturday like he was supposed to. But maybe we'll get more word on it. I'll bring you the press conference from Sean McVay in a second. But yeah, it's a good sight to see Matthew Stafford is out and practicing, and so that's always great news. We've been waiting for to see him practice, and I'll bring you some clips right now. I'm queuing them up as we speak, and but yeah, it's a good day. Today's a good day. Let me. I'm looking for the clip I have. I have it on my phone. I should just stream it from my phone. Let's see. All right. I'm going to show you a picture of that guy that cracked me up right now, too. You got to love Twitter X, man. At times, sometimes you're like, I don't want to even look at it. The Dodgers get beat by the Angels again. I don't want to look at it, man. And I'm just kidding. But okay, so let me bring it right to you. Let me set up the chat, too. Sorry. I'm a little slow this morning. And I didn't even have a chance to even tell Stockton, I'm coming on. So, okay, here's a clip. Matthew Stafford coming into camp. This is what we were waiting for. Matthew Stafford is back, baby. There he is right there, baby. Back looks fine, Just got done working out with Aaron Donald in the background there. And so there he is right there, baby. And I got some more clips of him throwing for you. But yes, indeed. Appreciate you guys. What's up, David Corona? What up, Rudy? How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Stockton says, Niner fans are upset Stafford is practicing. I was telling you guys, and my guy Stockton, I know he kind of gets, and he's just passionate about the Rams. I appreciate that, but you kind of have to it doesn't make sense to me. He could have very well been. It could have very well been announced though at the same time, because he's only a human being. That he's not gonna. He's gonna be. They're gonna put him on the IR just to be safe. Give him the extra time. Now game plan for Jimmy Garoppolo to play the first few games, and make an avenue for the Rams to win. Okay, and that could have very well happened, but I didn't think it was going to happen because he didn't take a shot. It wasn't. Well, let me say it this way. When I say he didn't take a shot, I mean he didn't take a. It wasn't like after a tough scrimmage with the Cowboys and one of their guys got him, accidentally or in practice. One of our guys ran into him, or he took a spill in practice. That's been reported. That's why I was saying, well, what happened? He walked off the game. He walked off of the game in Philadelphia in the snow, getting knocked down and dragged out, and he was fine. Walked off the field and he was fine. They had OTAs. He was throwing the ball fine. There was even a clip of him throwing the ball deep, the little tiny kids balls, but he was launching them deep to his back was fine. Is my point. Launching them deep to little kids at the OTAs, the most likely the players' kids, and or a group of kids that were visiting. We do that all the time. From community, like from schools and stuff like that. Fine. They went to Maui. He chilled. They didn't really do anything. It was just light practicing there. He was fine. And then we get this report that he's not going to practice today. We're looking for him to practice on Monday. Well, Monday came, he didn't come. And then he threw the ball and 60 plus passes and everything looks good. He's gonna practice on Monday. That was before that. He's gonna practice on Monday. He didn't practice, and then it went from that chamber, the silver bullet chamber, and and so we are here. We will see what happens. I have a good feeling that he's going to be fine to start week one. He did what he had to do. Listen, Matthew Stafford is a warrior. The guy plays through pain. Now, when your back is something, that's different. But he's had what do you call it? Edidoro, you know what I'm talking about? The game of the shot in the back. He's had that before, so it's not like his first time. And is that ideal for your quarterback to have to do that? No, but he has had it back just to help. As something flares up, and that's what I'm thinking has happened. Is something flared up? Sometimes people have like their lower back. It flares up, and for weeks they're like kind of jacked up, and so I think that's probably what happened. But I'll give you the clip from Sean McVay as everybody comes in. Al Jafella, how you doing, brother? What up, Rudy? What up, brother Rudy? Hello, Romelia. How you doing, brother? Appreciate you. Stockton says, we need more details before I get excited. I'll bring you some details. Here's Sean McVay on the Matthew Stafford situation. And here we go.
Wondering, it was good to be able to have Matthew out there. He did a good job today. I thought he looked good, but, I don't really have any updates. I think there was a lot of intended information, but there's no updates. We're going to keep it a day and really a week at a time, but it's great to be able to see him out there today. And, we'll see how this afternoon goes and tomorrow.
So the key word there is I don't have any updates, okay, because he doesn't. Let me tell you why. So, well, the key word before that is he was out there and looked good. Those are the key words. Now, with the back, and he's trying to get himself right. Remember, we're still weeks away. It's coming. It's coming. I need something to drink. My mouth is dry. So it's coming, but it's still weeks away. He has some time to get himself better his back. How you doing, Peo? Appreciate you, my brother, my Rams brother, my Rams Canadian brother. I'm thankful for you to come in too. Appreciate you, brother. I'm sorry I haven't been on your show in a while. In the chat. I'll come in more often. I've just been really busy, but I appreciate you always, brother. Much love. Hopefully I'll see you at a game this year. So that's the comment. That's the key word is he was out on practice. That's what we all wanted. And he's throwing the ball deep and throwing the mid passes and moving around, looking good. Now he doesn't want to put a soundbite out there because then the media will give it to him. Ram fans too. You told us this. You told us that. But you said that's what's going on with that comment that I don't want to say I can't say anything right now. That is why in the world of social media you say something and they hold you to it and they're like, well, and I appreciate that, but he also too, he doesn't want to jinx it. You're like, he's fine. He's back to the old Matthew Stafford. So that's what that is too. So that's some of that as well. So the main story, like the Joe Piscopo back in the day from Saturday Night Live. Breaking story. Matthew Stafford is playing and on the practice field. Breaking news. He's throwing deep to Davante Adams. Here we go. You guys want to see him throw? You guys want to see him throw? Here we go, baby. Here we go. Let's do something. Let's do here. Let's just do the practicing clip right quick. Let's go. And you say, whoa, wow. All this time for that. I'll show you something else. Just get it, just put baby steps in. Tucker says, Rombo's in there. Oh, yes, indeed. Adrian Fella says it's a good sign, but weeks to come. Yeah, exactly. That's why Sean McVay is saying that the way he is. He doesn't want to jinx it, do the Drewski, just saying. But the main thing is he's out there. He's not on the red lighted up bed in the Silver Bullet, the Immortal chamber. He's out and practicing. So yes, indeed. How you doing, brother? He says the back is back. Thank you, brother. Appreciate you. I appreciate you coming in, man. Always welcome. And remind me how to pronounce your name again. I don't want to get it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for that. Brian Smith says, hey, Rudy, how you doing, Brian? Appreciate you. Jacques Ford, who's great news, Rudy. Yes, it is, baby. I did like 3 Hail Marys and 20 signs of the crosses and Aaron Donald was, oh man. But so I guess we can put this image away. Well, maybe not, because if Matthew Stafford plays, we're going to the Super Bowl and winning it. But I saw this on social media. Here's the image for Rombo to put in his back of his screen behind him. Rombo. There you go, brother. There you go, man. There you go. Rombo can put that in the other side, just like he had Jimmy Garoppolo behind him before. But there we go, and that can still happen because listen, Jimmy Garoppolo possibly might play sometime during the year, and because this in the modern NFL, forget that he's 37 years old with the back issue. Little Brock Purdy, little noodle arm Brock Purdy, is a young fella, and he's been injured how many times? So it happens. So we may need to call on Jimmy Garoppolo for a game here and there during the season. So that image can still happen, except Matthew Stafford will be the guy that won the Super Bowl. Jack Ford is Payo, Brian Stockton, Al Jafella. Yes, indeed. Hey, love it, love it, love it. My guy Payo. Yes, indeed, baby. My guy Payo. Love it, love it, love it. Derek Curtis says, I hope we see Jimmy G week 5. That, listen, a part of me is like, I hope this is the way I look at it. Because of course we have a way better chance to beat anyone with Matthew Stafford than Jimmy Garoppolo. But I would love for the Rams to have a blowout and say the start of the fourth quarter, the lead is that comfortable. They wouldn't do it though, because, it's McVay versus Kyle Shanahan. He don't want to give him a chance. And then they go, Jimmy, get your helmet on. Oh, I would love that, man. Thank you, Edgefell. Epidurals are tough. Sometimes you go a few days to get over. Yeah. I couldn't remember how to pronounce it, but yeah, epidurals, exactly right. Thank you, Edgefell. Jakeem, how you doing, brother? Hey, really good news today, I hope. Yes, it is. It's good news, baby. Matthew Stafford is, thank you for coming in, too. Coming more often. Hit the like or subscribe if you haven't already, so we can come in here more often. And we'll have the Vermillion all together and talking about stuff. But yes, it's good news. Matthew Stafford is back at Rams Park practicing, and he threw some deep balls today. I'll show you a deep ball pass. But that's the good news, the big report. And then I just also, too, you can see the replays if you missed anything. But I appreciate you guys as always. We all have busy schedules. I woke up this morning. I was like, let me go on. I got the news. And but yeah, Sean McVay basically said in a nutshell that he's out practicing, looks good. I don't have any more information except for that, basically, to paraphrase. And it's because it's his back. It flared up, and I wish that's what he would say, though. I wish he would say, basically, just to give you a brief summary of what happened. His back flared up, and we're trying to get a handle on it. And I just saw my scroll here. Let me fix it. So, but it's fine. I appreciate Coach. He tries to do the best he can. Practice for an hour is supposed to be here. There we go. There we go. Fixed it. But yes, indeed, Joaquin. Appreciate you, brother. Danny, Pat show today, Dan Orlovsky, when asked level of worry, Matt Stafford, he said level 1, no concerns, let's get it right. I like that. Thank you, Danny. Appreciate you, brother. And again, come in more often. I appreciate you. Hit the like, subscribe. I always forget to do that. I'm doing it. I'm better at that more often because I'm just like having a conversation with you guys. We're having a conversation and giving you my opinions, but I do forget to do this part of it because it helps the channel. Don't forget to hit the like, guys, and come right back. Or even on your way out, if you guys got to go somewhere, just hit the like. Even on your phone, just hit the like. It helps the algorithm for YouTube. And if you haven't already subscribed, because sometimes I do unannounced lives, and then sometimes my live streams are Wednesdays and Sunday, 7:05. Those are the times, and those are the 2 days for sure that you'll see me. Sometimes I modify that if I have something to do or I can't make it, I'll do it a different day. But that way you'll have the alerts. And then we're going to do a lot of stuff. We're going to talk about the Rams, talk about the NFC West, talk about what's going on with our players, any news that comes down the pike, any gear that comes out, my gear. We're going to have my gear on up pretty soon. It's counting down. That QR code doesn't work yet. The channel, the shop, and everything's being set up. So just so you guys know, there's a lot of good things we're going to do. We're going to do giveaways and stuff like that. Trivia. Giveaways. It's going to be cool. So come on in. It's not just, we're just hanging out talking about the Rams, because I see a lot of shows and they're all wonderful. A lot of great Rams content creators. My guy Peo is amazing. When he does the play, check out my guy Peo Time, my Canadian Rams brother. He does the live streams for the game. So if you guys want to live stream a game, he's your guy. But on my show, I want us to come in. We talk about Rams. We talk about things, Rams news, just like other content creators. But we get into the numbers a little bit. But we also get into who's not doing well, who's doing amazing, who do we project to do amazing. I bring you stuff like the Woodland Hills Park because I'm from Southern California. I'm right between Riverside and Rialto. And so, I go to the Rams games, and I've been multiple years season ticket holder. And, you guys are in SoCal. I bring you what's going on. Like this year, we didn't have the Rams Fest. We usually have a Ram Fest, it's like a big tailgating barbecue, and they have vendors and stuff. But this year, unfortunately, they didn't have it. It's unfortunate. Stuff like that. They have bowling for Ram fans. For the booster clubs, they have bowling. They go out and play volleyball and have a beach day with Ram fans and booster clubs. Stuff like that. This is stuff that you're not going to hear on other channels. And it's just because I'm in Southern California, and also too, I'm one Rams content creator that I didn't plan to be a Rams content creator. I was a fan just posting videos from the games. But I'm an OG Ram fan when the Rams were here the first time in Los Angeles, actually when they were in Anaheim. And Los Angeles was before my time when they were in the Coliseum. And then when they left to St. Louis, it was always loyalty over location. Stayed a Ram fan we were through the lean years with Tony Banks and Rich Brooks as coach, and the 7-9, 8-8 Jeff Fisher years. And then when they came back, they actually announced it on my birthday, January 5th. They announced that they announced on my birthday, January 5th is my birthday, that Stan Kroenke had bought Woodland Hills. He had bought the property by Hollywood Park. And then we were like the Dumb and Dumber. You're saying there's a chance he might come back, So they announced that Stan Kroenke bought the property near Hollywood Park on my birthday. So it's just a wonderful time. And I'm stoked for the season, man. We got all these young guys, undrafted guys, the Sean Dollacks, the Chris Paul Juniors, the Mumfields. Now, Mumfield hasn't. He was turning heads in OTAs and training camp, looking great. We cannot leave him unprotected. I don't care what anybody says. We got a lot. Listen, the NFL teams are going to raid our practice squads. We have to be very careful. I mean, listen. If it was for me, listen, it's all fair and games. I'm like, hey, Troy Reader, um, you got a sprained ankle, right? You're going on the IR. Uh, uh, let's see. Let's see who else is on the bubble. Let's see. Let's just say. Let's see. Uh, uh, let's just say that if there was a tough choice and they're like between Chris Paul and Sean Dollak. I love Sean Dollak. Hey, Chris Paul, you still got that hamstring thing? You know, you're on the IR. Protect him at all costs. Protect him at all costs because teams like the injured Niners, the Sean McVay coaching tree throughout the NFL, they understand the machine that we have here in Los Angeles with the Sean McVay era tenure. When it comes to getting great young players, they're going to be they're going to be taking our guys. You know, who did they left who unprotected? They're in practice squad. Give him a call. Give his agent a call. So we got to be very careful. We got to be very careful who we don't put on there. But use that IR, guys. Use that IR. Protect our guys, man. Because listen, it's not a lot of time that you get in OTAs and do all that and and all that stuff. No, come on, don't be nice to my guy David Stockton. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to post that one. Stockton, be nice to my guy. He's my guy David. I don't want you talking about my guy David no more. David's a good guy. I love both of you guys, but my guy David's a good guy. He's his pops, rest in peace, was a Ram fan, and so David gets a little more. He gets more as a Ram fan to a Niner fan. He gets more leeway, but yes, indeed. But be nice to my guy David. I love you guys both. Let's see. Rams Junkie, how you doing, brother? We get to the Super Bowl. That's the idea, baby. We've been, since I found out a couple of years ago that the Super Bowl is in Levi Stadium, aka SoFi North. We're ready to roll, baby. I mean, remember when we were pissed off? Why didn't they sign Jalen Ramsey? Why are they letting all these guys go? We only had Warner Wagner linebacker for 1 year, and it was horrible. But why are we not bringing him back? You know, this was the thing. We had an amazing draft the last few years, getting all these guys, man. I mean, Puka Nacua, Kobe Turner, Byron Young, Jared Verse, the D-Roy. Kobe Turner should have been a D-Roy. Kobe Turner, on and on and on, man. And this is our time, baby. This is our time. We got to get the heir apparent to Matthew Stafford. Now, could it be Stetson Bennett? I mean, hear me out. I've been saying this for a while. Brock Purdy, with a good team around him and a good defense and a good play calling head coach, they get to the Super Bowl. Jimmy Garoppolo, with a good team around him, with a good defense and a good play caller, they get to the Super Bowl. Sean McVay, with Jared Goff in his third year, playing great. Sean McVay, the quarterback whisperer, with a good team around him, with a good defense, they got to the Super Bowl. Now, Jared Goff shit his pants, and unfortunately Cooper Kupp, his security blanket, didn't play, and Todd Gurley's knee started to act up. We had to get C.J. Anderson off the scrap heap, but got to the Super Bowl. There's two with Kyle Shanahan, and there's one with McVay with Goff, and then Goff got better. You know, he's a good player, but with Jeff Fisher, he stunted his growth developing, and so McVay had to come to the rescue. Now, here we are, Stetson Bennett. Let's just say Stetson Bennett starts growing, you saw what he can do. The guy's got cojones. The guy's got um, uh, brass cojones out there. The guy's a two-time national champion. He's been in big games. He's got swag. He's going like this to the he's going like that to the Chargers bench, and he just has to relax when he's out there. Don't have to do all these highlights in one play, but he's got mobility. Brock Purdy, Stetson Bennett, mobility, agility, better arm. Stetson Bennett. Stetson Bennett has a better arm than Brock Purdy. Stetson Bennett has swag and personality out there. He has these looks on his face that Brock Purdy, golly me, golly gee. I appreciate what he does. Good quarterback, especially with that team. But Stetson Bennett still has to show that he could do it at the pro level consistently. So that's the big difference. But that's why I say, hear me out. I mean, you can't duplicate what Kyle Shanahan did. We'd rather have Stafford. Don't get me wrong. But if we're looking for the heir apparent, because you draft a guy, just because we have the 2 number 1 picks next year, and I expect for the Falcons not to be that good, and even if they were decent, that'll still give you 2 number 1s, and we have a number 2 next year. We could package all 3 of those picks and move down into the draft if those are too high. Ours will be a high late pick because I'm expecting us to win the Super Bowl or get deep. But yeah, so even if we draft a guy, that don't mean that he's gonna be the guy. It's hard. I mean, there's teams that passed on Mahomes. And Aaron Rodgers, Niners. All right, guys. No more fighting in the chat. We're all here. We're all being good. We're all just stoked about Stafford. Rams. My guy Pale Times Rams Radar with Pale Time. Stafford arm looked good today. Yes, it does, baby. Yes, it does. Let me bring you another clip on that note from my guy Pale. Stafford going deep, baby, going deep to Davante Adams, and it looks like Puka. So let's see, maybe two passes. Let's see. Here, let me reset that. Let me reset this real quick. There it is again. He wants some more. Here you go. Puka. Woo! There it is, baby. There it is, baby. There it is. Matthew Stafford going deep to his guys. Pale says, so many good vibes today with the Ramley, yes, indeed, baby. Bryce says, Icy Dolek Lampkin in your neck of the woods. Yeah, love it. CFLers for sure. Love it, guys. Love it. Socrates says, it is stressful how the Rams are handling the Stafford situation. Now McVay has no details. He said on Saturday he would. Isn't that right, though? See, that's what I'm saying. And see, that's a perfect example. That's why he's kind of being like, wait, I don't want to say nothing because he said he was going to have details, and now people are going to hold you to it. So that's, I see that. Pale says, question, Rudy, what are your thoughts on Stetson's future? I like Stetson, Pale. I'm going to give you, I'm a little more bullish on Stetson than more people, just like I was bullish on. I want to tell you, Pale, remember I was bullish on Bryce Perkins? Now he has to show consistently, just like Stetson, that he could do it at the pro level. The man went to the UFL and won MVP. He couldn't get a snap with us. I mean, he did eventually when they had him and John Wolford like intertwine, but take different reps. But the man won MVP of the UFL, and he couldn't get us. And Stafford's our quarterback, but I'm just saying that when Goff was there and Goff was here, and then they went to John Wolford, and Bryce Perkins looks like he's got some magic. He's his capability. Let him play with the ones and do a game plan that uses his ability. But and then so props to him. I tweeted out to him that props to you, Bryce Perkins. And did I mention Bryce Perkins? Sorry, I'm talking about him. I didn't realize if I mentioned his name. Bryce Perkins, congratulations, Ramley, on the Panthers picking him up. But yeah, I really like Stetson Bennett, man. He stunted his growth by being out the first year because he had to get his head right, reportedly. He needed to take a year off. He's been through a lot. He parties hard, apparently, allegedly. He's a great guy, though. And so I really like the kid, man. I really like him. He's got all the intangibles and skill set to play at the NFL level. Because, I mean, when people say, yeah, he's a good backup, well, how do you know he's a good backup, man? I mean, look, Sam Darnold, Geno Smith, Brock Purdy, the 7th-round guy who's already who's the highest paid. Get this, and because of the NFL, Brock got paid more than Joe Montana or Steve Young ever did. And he's the only Pro Bowl quarterback since Jeff Garcia. But if you're telling me that a Brock Purdy, a Geno Smith, a Sam Darnold, Baker Mayfield, Stetson reminds me of Baker Mayfield, but more mobile. Baker Mayfield, they're a little bit different quarterback, but just the cojones, the moxie, people are writing him off all the time. I think that Stetson Bennett could be a very good NFL quarterback with a Sean McVay. That's all that we care about. We don't care about that, he's going to be, a 20-time, a 10-time Pro Bowl quarterback. We don't care about that. Don't make dumb throws. Use your legs. Keep the chains moving and hit the guys deep and make some off-the-cuff scrambling plays. That's all that we ask for you. And he's been in a big-time games, national championship games, won 2 of them. I think that he can play at this level. He just has to prove it to everybody else. And with Sean McVay, it's the perfect situation. It's not like where he's a franchise quarterback. He's going to go to the Browns and turn them around. No, it's a different situation. That's all I'm saying, right? So that's what I'm saying there. That just to give you a little taste, let me get my guy Stetson Bennett. This is Stafford Day, but let me give you a little Stetson Bennett, what he can do. Here we go. Let's do the Elvis Presley grab. Presley, here we go.
Bennett to extend the game. Dodges the first wave. Now hoists. Jump ball. It is
Brennan
a catch.
Presley. What a catch.
Inside the 10.
Oh, my goodness.
Now, guys sometimes have a little magic in them. The Doug Flutys. Don't let Aaron Rodgers throw the ball deep. Guys sometimes are a little snake bitten. The Jared Goffs. As good as he'll be playing a great game, and then something. Tell me if I'm wrong, guys. Something will go wrong with Jared Goff, and it's not his fault. It's just guys have magic and guys don't. Young Russell Wilson, Matthew Stafford coming. He just threw 2. That was a horrible pass. Here he comes with 2 minutes left. Guys have some magic. And I'm not going to go on the limb and say that's Stetson Bennett for sure, but that was an amazing throw on 4th and 10. That was a 4th and 10 pass. To remind you, 4th and 10 pass. So yes, but I want to remind everybody too. Hit the like button and come back if you guys are leaving. On your way out, when you guys do leave, if you do before the stream, hit the like and subscribe if you haven't already. I appreciate you guys. Welcome to my channel. I appreciate you guys. And we're going to come here more often if it helps the algorithm. And I appreciate you guys. But, we'll see what happens. Nothing is guaranteed, but I think that we may have the heir apparent on the bench, but we will see. It took him a year off. He's learned from Matthew Stafford, learned to be a professional. He's an older quarterback too. I want you to remember that. He's an older. He's not like 23 years old. He's a few years older, and so that just means that Stafford is maybe a year away from being retirement. With his back and stuff, and so hey, why not? The guy's got the goods. I just want to see if he can hear when it comes to NFL defenses. Agilis Rem fan since 1965. I love it, baby. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Appreciate you. Dr. Stetson looks good, better than Turdy. And I'm going to tell you this: when I say that I like Stafford, I like Stetson Bennett. Again, I'm not saying that I'm totally saying that he can do it. I'm saying I want to see more. He looks like he has the skill set. He's got the mobility. He's got the agility. He's got the arm. He's got the moxie and the personality, the charisma on the field. But he has to prove that he can do it at the pro level. That's the main thing. But he's got good tools to work with, is my point. That's all. Bryce was Levine McClutchin awards go to Sean Dolick. Yeah, so McClutchin, the wide receiver from a few years ago, we were like, man, put him in there. Yeah, there you go. I used to call him that. Also, how did you react with Bryce Smooth Perkins? Well, yeah, I got you. I didn't see that earlier. Yes, Smooth Perkins. I would call him Smooth Perkins because he's so, just everything flows. I loved it, man. I tweeted out to him, congratulations. Love it, love it, love it. Oh, Lance, Trey. I thought you were talking about Brian Smith. I thought you were talking about Lance McClutchin and Lance McClutchin words. Got you. Okay, I thought you were talking about just McClutchin. Dr. Speo, Rudy had a parade on his block when Perkins came back. Brian Smith says, love Rich Brooks with the Rams. A lot of trick plays. Oh. Oh, that's awesome, Danny. Danny says, my birthday is January 6th. Love it, baby. Love it. Happy birthday to you. Belated birthday, brother. Yes, indeed. They go too fast. Simon says, I always want to play teams at full strength. Injuries suck forever. Yeah, that's me. I would rather beat you with both of our teams at full mass, full strength. Pale says, thanks for the shout out. No, you're always welcome, brother. Appreciate you. You do such a great job with your channel, and I was happy to meet you. And is this breaking news for me? I thought I saw you recently with your beard. He still has it. Pale, why you shave your beard? He still has it. That's your trademark. Yes, Stockton was telling me to shave my head, shave everything. Oh man, you want me to look like Uncle Fester out there? But I thought I saw you didn't shave, did you? Let's see. Oh, he says I messed up shaving and it lopsided. Easier. I got you. I do that all the time too. Smith says Dolick and Lampkin will look good in Toronto Argonauts uniforms. Oh, Shock 42 with the comment of the day. Jeff Fisher took years off my life, man. It was so frustrating. Great players. Yeah, Rams 74 says, how about that strut? Yes, indeed, baby. Matthew Stafford. Jock 42. And the players, unfortunately, I appreciate what Jeff Fisher did for the defense. He knows how to build a defense, man. Brockers and Aaron Donald and just on and on, Ogletree and just on and on and on. The cornerbacks at that time that we had, we just couldn't put together. They wouldn't get Sam Bradford, a great wide receiver. Amendola was there, but he was young. And then Bradford couldn't stay healthy. So great players like Laurinaitis, James Laurinaitis, Steven Jackson, their careers went by their wayside because they weren't playing in prime, like Mike Trout with the Angels. They're great players, but they deserve to be in the playoffs and showcase what they can do and also help the teams win. We never got it with them. All right, let's see. John says, I'm glad Stafford is trying to practice. Yes. Yeah, that's great term. Trying to practice being out there. Jacques 42, Stafford is an old school dog. We lucked out on him. It's a great man. It's an amazing story. I mean, you guys remember the Kurt Warner story, the American Underdog? Well, this is American Underdog too, because his career's not over. We're hoping that he at least wins one more. In the chat, let me ask you real quick. So Stafford is back. Hopefully he's going to play the full year or most of the year and we get us into the playoffs and win the Super Bowl. The Super Bowl is at Levi Stadium. aka SoFi North, the Niner Stadium, right? Next year, the Super Bowl's at SoFi Stadium, the Ram Stadium, back to back. How weird, right? If you had to make a choice, if we say, well, you're going to win one of those, which is the one that you would rather have? You already won it at SoFi. Imagine our faces and Niner fans, our rival faces, seeing Jimmy Garoppolo, too, next to Sean McVay and Stafford, holding up the Lombardi at Levi Stadium. In the chat, that's a question for you. Hold on. Hold on. Where would you rather have? Oops, hold on. Where would you rather win the Super Bowl? At Levi Stadium this year, aka SoFi North, or SoFi next season? If we could just pick one, where would you rather have? Where would you rather win it? Where would you rather have the Rams win it? And of course, we're grateful to win just one of those. But of course, if you had your choice, though, just a real question. If you had your choice, where would you rather win it? Oops, I messed up. Hold on. It took away. Where would? Sorry. It literally erased half of my my deal here. Where would you rather win the Super Bowl? At Levi Stadium this year? Things acting up here. Hold on. There we go. Okay, there it is right there. So, in the chat, where would you rather win the Super Bowl? This year at Levi Stadium, our rival, the rival Niners Stadium, aka SoFi North, or SoFi next year because we host the stadium. We host the Super Bowl again next year. Jim Everett says, we already won at SoFi. That's right. But imagine winning twice. Imagine winning for the third time in Los Angeles at our home stadium. 1951 Rams won at the LA Coliseum, the NFL championship. The first team, the first Los Angeles NFL team to win a championship for Los Angeles. The first California NFL team to win a championship in Los Angeles at the Coliseum. It would be our third time. But of course, like Jim Everett says, we already won that one. Now, how about we spread the love and let Santa Clara see a Super Bowl for a change? So, Brian Smith says SoFi North. Aljafella with the comment right there. Yes, for sure, both. But if you had to pick one, for sure, both. Jacques 42 says, nice hat and shirt, Rudy. You look tailgating ready. I had to celebrate. I was looking for my the one of the Rams Super Bowl LVI hats, but I couldn't find it, so I just grabbed this. This one just happened to be on the hook by my nightstand. Derek Cron says Rams not winning Super Bowls in Niners house. Ram 74 says Levi Santa Clara. Man, for me, I can't even get it out. For me, I want both, of course, like any Ram fan. I would love this with the back stuff, the Matthew Stafford back stuff, and all the stuff going or swirling around. I would love to win it now. What's that term? A bird in the hand, get it now. I mean, can Matthew Stafford last through this season and then next year too? Before the season, yeah, he's got 2 more years, right? I would like to win it this year. So I'll just say, for me, and I've been saying this since I saw the Levi Stadium is going to host the Super Bowl. I've been saying this for a few years. The Rams and Sean McVay and Les Snead are gearing to try to win that Super Bowl because there's competition between not just the two buddies, good friends, Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan, but the GMs, John Lynch and Les Snead. Les Snead, they basically copy the Rams. The Rams went all in a couple times. The Dominican Sues, the Aqib Talib, Marcus Peters, getting all these guys, Javon Miller, OBJ, and then they blocked us from getting CMC when we were trying to repeat in 2022. They blocked us because they outbid us. We didn't have that 4th-round pick that we gave up the year before for Sony Michel, the running back, and so they outbid us, and CMC went to them. And and John Lynch even said, well, we wanted to keep him out of LA as well. So it kills two birds with one stone. But believe me, these guys are thinking the Rams first, but also you might as well rub it into your rivals by winning the Super Bowl at their stadium. And that was a few years ago when the Rams were retooling on the fly. Remember, Marcus? We gave Jalen Ramsey away, basically with the way the trade went, and we were retooling on the fly to get rid of those contracts. So, but yes. Yeah, she says, what would we do if we win the Super Bowl at Levi Stadium? Better question is, what would Rumble do? Oh, boy. Oh, man, I would bring that to you. John Barber says, Brian Smith, even if there's no game on, I still get screwed. I'm married. David says, it's not happening. Yeah, she says, winning the Super Bowl at Levi should be the cherry on the top. I believe that too. Jacques says, Rudy Cook Beto. How you doing, Vino Butts? Levi to stick it to the Niners. Yes, indeed, baby. Yes, indeed. Always. That's why I say, but also too, the Levi Stadiums this year, like the bird in the hand, let's get it now. And then I say, I changed my mind. I want to win both. But yes, indeed, baby. Beto's a good friend. We had fun going back and forth. We're like two brothers, arguing. That's basically it. He reached out to me and I texted him before that, and I haven't talked to him in a little while, but I hope he's doing well. I have to reach out to him, but it's just like two brothers. But says, so how's Stafford looking? Is he holding his back like an 87-year-old, or does he look like a 37-year-old again? He's back to throwing, Bub. So you're asking a question, so I'm going to bring you some. I'm going to bring the clips back to you. Here's Stafford coming out to the field. He knows that there's going to be press around. He knows it's going to be recorded. He put his arms up over his hat just to show you, stretching out his back, and then he's over here. Let's see. Hold on. Let me. And then he's out here light practicing, and also throwing bombs to. Throwing bombs to Davante Adams and Puka Nacua. So he's looking good. Earlier in the chat, I had the clip of Sean McVay talking to, that's the second one, to Puka. Talking to the reporters, and he didn't give us anything except for I don't have any updated news. Stafford looked good today in so much information he gave on that. Just that he didn't have any more news. It's kind of day to day, because to me, I think his back just flared up, and so they're going day to day, week to week, and we'll see what happens. But I think the good news is he's out there and he's throwing. Yes, indeed. Don't be mean to my guy, Beto. You guys. Jim Evers says, Larry Krueger actually has a round sweeping him. God bless Larry Krueger. I appreciate Larry Krueger. He's coming around. John Barber says, Rudy, are you connected? After you connected your router, did you get United? So John's talking about my router. So yesterday we have the microwave plugged in to, I guess it's a weak outlet in the kitchen, because we have the router and the modem connected to the same plug as the microwave. And they went to go warm up something, and boop, it popped out. I go, my stream froze. Darn you, Scuba Steve. So I'm going to have to move it. I haven't moved it yet. And he made the joke about the 49ers porn. Oh. Jacques Ford Hughes says, Krugs and Cone cooking, Kyle. I love it. I love to go on Grant Cohn's Niners content creator. I got on Larry's before, but Grant Cohn's more funny because we basically take turns making fun of the Niners. Animals with Horns says, bro, Stafford is the Undertaker. Love it, baby. Stafford's like, he gets up like the Undertaker. My guy James says, "Hope he feels good after practice. That's the key right there, baby. We'll see how he is after practice. Hope he feels good after practice. He's going to do his thing on the field regardless. It all matter when it all matters how he feels after. Yep. Skyman, how you doing, brother? Appreciate you. The future's so bright. You got to wear shades, baby." Jr. says, you got to get that fixed, but yeah, I'm going to move that. I'm going to move the plug. I was like, where did everybody go? And then I went to get up to go check the Wi-Fi, and it was they went to go flip the breaker. Rams Mom says, Rams got Agent Zero, Byron Young for Ramsey and got off his. That's right, the draft pick. I just didn't like that we gave him away for, at that time, they gave us who was the tight end? Tyler Long, was that the tight? I can't remember. Tri says, David Corona hasn't won a ring since cell phones were red. Jim says, Cone smokes, Kyle. Love it. Jim says, Stafford Undertaker Purdy is gold dust, baby. ESG says, McVay sad with McVay said with Matthew Stafford back, excuse me. McVay said with Matthew Stafford back, Rams have championship DNA again. Love it. Purdy wishes he had Stetson Bennett, Modelo. Purdy wishes he had Stetson Bennett, Modelo Bennett. Love it, man. Love it. Appreciate you guys. But yeah, so that's the news over from Rams Park, baby. Matthew Stafford is back. We love it. Let's bring in a clip from Pat McAfee show. And then we'll wrap this up. But I appreciate you guys coming in. Here we go, guys. Here we go. Let's eyes on the screen. Here we go.
Let me interrupt for a second. We have, I don't know if this is breaking news or not, but the Rams have just posted a little video. Matthew Stafford is now back at practice.
Okay.
So, Dan, good job.
I'm down to a 1.
Yeah, I'm a 1 as well. And I mean, there it is right there. That's great work right there. I mean, that looks like a relaxed, chill dude who's going to have a nice casual day at practice.
I've lost all worry.
And, the Rams have been sort of providing updates on this, and it's been interesting to hear because it's like he's going to throw. He threw a lot, then didn't practice that week, and then wouldn't really say if he was going to throw Saturday. And my understanding of this was like we just want to get some improvement, just like a little bit of improvement, and then he can get back out there. Now he is back out there, so that is, I mean, if you're a Rams fan, or I don't know, let's just say someone who you're good friends with Matthew Stafford, this is a very, very good sign right now that he is walking back to practice.
Yeah, I think D-Butt, you grew up in the organization, but I remember our time in Indy, and he, much greater player than I was there type of thing. But I remember when Peyton and them were in their heyday, how they approached the offseason was directly correlated individually wise to how many snaps that person played in the previous season. So if you were a guy that played X amount of snaps, you were allowed organizational mandate to start your offseason training at a certain date. And then if you played 150 snaps more, you started your offseason work X amount of days later. And if you played X amount of snaps more, and so they kept pushing it because their whole philosophy was they were a team that fully believed that they were going to be playing 18, 19, 20 games. And so they wanted your offseason to start later because they knew your season was going to start later and then in turn go into the next season. So I just think it's an organization that has this mindset of where they are. They know that this year is an all-in year. They know that, and they know they can win the whole thing. And so they could ruin January by doing too much in August. And you can't really ruin anything else by starting late.
So that's the bar right there by Dana Orlovsky. You can ruin January, meaning the Super Bowl. Well, getting to the Super Bowl, that's the playoffs, the championship game, and get to the playoffs in February by doing something wrong late. So that's the bar right there. So that's exactly right. The Rams mob with some great news. Unfortunately, the return of Terrence Ferguson tied in to practice is is underwhelming because when we need Terrence Ferguson to get reps in there, but with Matthew Stafford. And then Brian Smith says, if McVay was concerned with Stafford's back, would he have allowed Aubrey to lead the team on Saturday? Yeah, because that's what they do. They give the guys a chance to get their feet wet. No, that's one thing too. Like I appreciate Audrey Pleasant, but that's one thing that Stetson Bennett's working with young guys. Guys don't know exactly where to run. They're trying to make the team. These aren't just grizzled veterans. He's trying to fit the ball in there. Sometimes it gets a little dicey. You're trying to throw the ball deeper. Guys turn the wrong way or they're not running their full route. Even the guys up front, the backup O-linemen. But you don't have Sean McVay doing the play calling. Now, listen, I appreciate Audrey, but there's a difference between Audrey Pleasant, Audrey and Sean McVay and LaFleur and Ben. But he made it work, baby. He made it work. Yeah, Jacques Fortu with a great comment. Dan Orlovsky always shows Stafford love. I love it, man, because he knows the position as well. Bryce, I think McVay would have been on the field with Stetson last Saturday if Stafford back was totally gone. That's a good point. I see what you're saying now. So, like, yeah, so I'm saying, I'm sorry, Audrey. I need to be on the field. Yeah, great comment. Great comment. John Bomber says, thank you, Rudy. Give my best to your family. Appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. You as well to your family. Appreciate you, David. Love it, love it, love it. Yeah, Joe Flacco. There's no reason why he should have been starting. The guy just plays. He's still got some left for the Browns, and nobody else that can knock him off. David Cronin says, still behind the rings. Well, let's say it this way. The Niners have the 5 rings in the full free agency era. So you guys win that. Check. Since 93 full free agency era, the Rams have won 2 Super Bowls, multiple Super Bowls since free agency. The Niners have won 1, and that's because the 94 team was already established. So in the second round of modern NFL Super Bowls and free agency, the Rams are 2-1. So we lead in the modern era. Because as the Niners can attest, it's tougher to win a Super Bowl now than it was then. Because they can't win one. So there you go. So when you say catch up, well, it's not fair because we have the right owner now, right? But it's free agency. We lose players all the time. Let us harken back to when the Niners won those Super Bowls in the 13 years, 81 to 94, with Stan Kroenke, our owner, all in, and no free agency, and we can stock guys, and look, we're worried about putting guys on the practice field that people are going to grab them. So that just shows you it's different now. It's different, but yeah, props to those 13 years on that thing. But all right, guys, I'm gonna my guy says, great streamer horns. I appreciate you, Pale. Jim Evers says, rewind those lame 1994 VHS tapes. All right, guys, I'm going to call it a day. I appreciate you guys. If anything else comes across the pike, I'll bring it to you. Maybe I'll come on tonight. Look for the alert. I appreciate everyone being in here today. Love each and one of you guys. We can't do this without you guys, and I appreciate it. The more the merry. Let your friends and family know about the Ramelia Sports Report. Hit the like and subscribe on your way out. I appreciate you guys. Love each one of you guys. The helps the algorithm, helps my show, so we get more guys on here, and let people at work know about it too. And I appreciate each one of you guys. Love each one of you guys. As we always say, may the Ramelia be with you. And Remulators, mount up. So there you go, baby. Matthew Stafford is back in practice. All is well. Thank you, the great Ram in the sky. and for this glorious day. I appreciate each and one of you guys. Love each and one of you guys. We'll see you guys again. If not tonight, the normal days again is Sunday and Wednesday, 7:05. All right. Appreciate you guys. Love each and one of you guys. Talk to you soon.